Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Cajun Living. Today I will be cooking a chicken gravy, but I'm going to be adding some tomato sauce and what we call it down over here down in South Louisiana, we call it chicken sauce piquant. It's chicken in a red gravy, but down here in Louisiana, our Cajun way / French, we call it chicken sauce piquant. Alright? So, I got my chicken. I haven't had it seasoned since yesterday, marinating, and I use salt, cayenne pepper, and garlic powder. And the trick for that extra flavor, I put mustard. Put mustard and you mix your chicken meat all together, mix it. And you talk about makes it an awesome flavor.
And that's when
you don't have to, but I do when I do chicken, because like I just said, that mustard just gives it that extra little oomph in your gravy. Alright, so of course you know you need chicken, 1 head of onion, use a whole head if you can, medium or large size, because the more onions the better the gravy. And of course your tomato sauce. Alright, so now I'm going to cut up my onion.
And that's one of our cross Cornish hens that we raised.
Yes, I forgot to add that. That is one of our cross Cornish that we harvested on the 25th. That we raised. So yes, it's the first time we'll be trying it. And you could cut up your onions however you like.
Everything in Louisiana we cook with onion.
You got to have onions to make a gravy. You know, a lot of people use that. We call it, down here we call it fake gravy. Like you get them like brown gravy in a pack. That is not real gravy. Real gravy, put a little bit of oil in your pot, cover the bottom of your pot, and onions. That's what makes your gravy when frying your meat.
Frying your meat.
Which I'll show you in a minute when I start to fry my chicken now. And you got to fry your meat real good on both sides. I will show y'all that in a minute when I get it going. Alright guys, now I'm going to put, you can put your oven on medium. That's what I put mine on, which I'll put it in between 6 and 8, which is 7. If you have a medium temp on your stove, put it on medium. Alright, and we use vegetable oil. So I'm going to put some oil, about that much, and after you fry your meat, usually what I do after I fry my meat, before I throw my onions in to saute with my meat, if I have too much grease, you can always take some out, but do that before you add your onions. Alright guys, now my oil is hot enough, so I'm going to start frying my chicken. And remember, you got to let it fry good on both sides.
So what, about 5-10 minutes?
Well, whenever as I'll fry mine till mine's real brown, dark on both sides.
So people just got to use their judgment.
Yeah, y'all just use your judgment. You know, however y'all like to fry your meat. But to get that pretty gravy, like you see, like we're doing a red chicken gravy, supposed to be blunt. But if you want a brown gravy, do the same thing. Just brown your meat real good on both sides. Because when you add your water, you want to scrape the bottom, and you'll get that pretty brown color in your gravy. But the key, like I said, is to brown your meat real good. Fry it real good on both sides.
And if you want a brown gravy, just don't add the tomato sauce. That's all. Red gravy, brown gravy. That's some big legs.
Alright guys, now my chicken is good on the side that I put them down in. Now I'm going to get ready to flip them over. And you'll see what I mean by the color, by letting it fry good. So you want it, you need to get about that brown, fry it, and let it get like this dark color, kind of like crispy looking. Alright, so I got all my meat turned over. Now I'm going to let it fry on the other side. Alright guys, I'm adding my second round of meat because our cross corners was so big, I couldn't fit it all in one, I couldn't fit it all together. So I had to fry, I had to do half and half. So I'm on my second half of frying. Then after this half is done, and I'll add my onions. Alright, all my meat is fried good brown. Now I'm taking a little bit of oil out. Cause you leave some oil, cause you need the oil for your gravy. I'm just taking a little bit out. I'll show you in a minute when I'm done how much to leave. Cause you don't want your gravy greasy. Alright. I'll leave about this much. Alright. Now I'm going to throw the rest of my meat back in. And then I'm going to put my onions. Alright. Now you want to add a little time of water so your stuff don't stick. A little bit. Let it sizzle for a little bit. And then you start scraping the bottom of your pot because you want to scrape all that stuff from the meat that sticks to the bottom of the pot. You want to scrape that. And I'll show you why in a minute. And I'll show you how if you do a brown gravy, you'll see how your brown gravy should look in a minute. When I get all this scraped out from the bottom. And I always smother my onions with my meat. Some people take their meat out and just do their onions in the oil. But I do mine with my meat because to me, with the meat, it just gives it that good flavor. So I'll do it with my meat in the pot. You don't have to, but I do. All that flavor soaks into your meat. It's real good. Now this is what, look how pretty that brown gravy is. Look how pretty. From chicken. That's a chicken brown gravy. That's how your gravy should look. But we're, like I said at the beginning, we're doing chicken in a red gravy / chicken sauce piquant. So in a minute, once my onions are clear or sauteed good, I like to fry my onions good. Then I'll add my tomato sauce. And I don't put a whole can. You don't want to put a whole can, at least half. Tomato sauce, if you don't use it all, you can put in a little container the rest of it and freeze it. That's what I do. That way for next time you'll have some. You won't go to waste. I have a little container that I put and you put it in the freezer and it defrosts fast, quick. And you'll be conserving and saving on your tomato sauce. Alright guys, I got my onions sauteed to where I like them. So now I'm going to add my tomato sauce. And remember, you don't. It's an 8-ounce can, but you don't need the whole can. I'll put about half. Stir that in real good. That tomato sauce. I mean, I don't know if you can tell, if you can see, but they got some red in there. But yeah, that's what it should look like. Alright guys, I got it stirred in real good. Now I'm going to add my water to cook it so it can cook down. Put your water, for chicken, put your water right over your meat. And just let it cook down. To whatever you, to the thickness you desire. Put it over your meat like that. Kind of stir it up a little bit. Get it all mixed in there good. Alright. Now I'm going to cover and let it cook down and it'll be done. Alright guys, well, our chicken is done. And this is the finished product. Here you have it. Chicken in a red gravy. Now what I have right here as a side dish is potato salad. I love potato salad with chicken red gravy. It is awesome. But what else is good with chicken red gravies is green beans and corn. I usually do corn or green beans also with the potato salad, but I just felt like potato salad tonight. So, well, that is it for this video. Like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment if y'all like to see anything else. And y'all have a good evening.